The Montreal Canadiens have touched down in Utah. They start a 3-game road trip tonight that starts against the Mammoth and finishes against the Avalanche in Colorado. And some exciting news, Adam Engstrom is coming with the team, and not only is he coming with the team, but he's also playing tonight against the Mammoth. I was surprised to see that he's allowed out during the day. I'm not sure what SPF sunscreen he wears, but this guy's so pale. He is on the opposite spectrum in the hockey world from Gene Principe.
Round 1, fight!
So, an exciting matchup tonight. Can the Montreal Canadiens continue on their good path of winning, or is it back to the L column? Let's talk about it.
We let the people decide.
So this is kind of a big game if you look at it. The standings are tight in the East, and in the Atlantic, if Boston and the Senators lose tonight, could mean that the Montreal Canadiens slot into second place. They just need this win against the Utah Mammoth, who they've played pretty good against. The Utah Mammoth have a lot of young players on the team, and they're definitely finding their way through a development path that could lead them to the playoffs. They've done well this season. Logan Cooley has looked really good this season. He just had a 4-goal game, spouting a lot of loudmouths online to make the connection to Slavkovsky and being the same draft year. That doesn't bug me too much because Slavkovsky, I think, provides a lot more tools than Logan Cooley does to the Utah Mammoth. Poor guy just doesn't get rewarded. It's incredible. But I've been rewarded a lot lately, and we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. If you're not already part of the community, consider joining. I'd love to have you. This is a fun, close-knit community. I recognize a lot of my subscribers in the chat now. By the way, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being so engaged in the content. Thank you so much for all of your kind words. I mean, I can't say it enough. I've been saying it this whole time, and I will continue saying it. If you are a subscriber, you can help me out by hitting that like button or hyping the video. Remember the hype with the cell phone, with the smart device? Yeah, you can hype the video using the app. Now then, we commence where we always commence. La formation de départ. Nos attaquants, our forwards, Caulfield, Suzuki, Bolduc, Slavkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov, Florian, Yasuaki, Evans, Anderson, Davidson, Veleno, Gallagher. No défenseur, our defensemen, Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Engstrom, Carrier. So, Arbor's sitting the night out. Hey, that's how it is. It only makes sense if you want to give Engstrom time. You're going to want him playing with Carrier opposed to like Hudson. I guess they could have used this time to put Matheson with Hudson and keep Yasuaki on. It doesn't seem right that you take Yasuaki off when his brother is playing, but it just gives Yasuaki the night off. He can watch the game, popcorn in hand, have a couple of glizzies. Sit back and enjoy yourself. No gardien? In net tonight, Jakub Dobes. Montembeault is taking a seat for a second consecutive game. And again, that makes sense. Dobes got the last win. Let Montembeault have a couple nights off, collect his thoughts, and maybe come in fresh. Because what he's putting up lately is not cutting it. So Dobes up against Vejmelka tonight. Karl Vejmelka, also a Czech, right? A decent goaltender, so it should be a good matchup. Opening face-off, they drop the puck. Both teams are kind of trying to figure each other out. Goes back and forth for a bit. They both get into dangerous spots, and both teams look like they have some poise, but nobody's taking any shots. Takes a while for them to get warmed up. Then we see Anderson breaking quickly, but Vejmelka makes a smart glove save. In that Anderson, Evans, and Florian line, it's looking pretty sharp. They're getting ozone time. They're looking really good. Then Lane Hudson gets hauled down. We're going on the power play now. Looks like McBain hauls Hudson down here because he's frustrated. Let's see how the power play looks. Right off the hop, Vejmelka makes a big save on Hudson, flashes the leather here. Then Hudson tries to dive bomb the net. He gets the puck to Caulfield last second, but Caulfield is denied by Vejmelka. Still on the power play, Demidov gets hauled down. Now they're going to go on the dreaded 5-on-3. Oh no. You're hoping things have changed, that they can capitalize on this big advantage? They don't. However, they do After Utah's initial penalty is killed off, Zack Bolduc is going to make it 1-0 for the Canadiens. Check it out.
Wants a tip in front. That was directed wide by Gallagher. Habs first to the puck. Hudson, cross ice pass, a drive, and they score!
Just a one-timer. Just a regular old vanilla one-timer. It doesn't have to be fancy. You just have to get it there in time, and the shooter needs to shoot. Hudson cues this up. Suzuki also gets his hand on the ball, so the rich keep getting richer. So far, it looks like Dobes has been seeing the puck well, and it's been a heartening period for Dobes. We now see Florian mixing it up in front, getting his hands dirty. You love to see this. I don't know how much I've talked about the direction of the Montreal Canadiens moving a little bit too far from physicality, big bodies. And I've been talking about Yoel Armia a lot lately, who is having quite the time in LA. Dobes has to continue keeping his head up here because the Mammoth are looking dynamic and dangerous. So while the Mammoth are trying to get zone time, they're trying to make things happen. On the other side of the sheet, this happens.
Looks skyward, having that going off his skate and away. Here's Caulfield back the other way. Chance in front, scores!
400 career points for the captain, Nick Suzuki. Bolduc drives the play here, and I give him all the credit for doing this because he does allow the lanes to form. He passes the puck to Caulfield. Caulfield makes the difficult pass across the seam to Suzuki, and Suzuki makes no mistake. 2-0 for Montreal early in the game. You know what that means. The Mammoth are going to come back, and Montreal is going to have to bring it to overtime in order to win it. That doesn't really happen, does it? Before the end of the period, Matheson gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He's going to go to the box for tripping. It looked really weak, but you can't get your stick in there. The Canadiens do kill this penalty late when it looks like the Mammoth are trying their best to attack. So that's the end of the first period. It looked pretty good for the Canadiens. So a dominant period for the Montreal Canadiens. We head into the second period. You're hoping that Montreal follows up well with another strongly played period. And it kind of looks like that at the start. We see Hudson playing hard on the puck like he normally does, creating opportunities even for himself. But the cracks start to show. Dobes is having to make a big save that he almost lets in, but he gets enough of it. We then see Bolduc get denied by Vejmelka. How sweet would that have been for a second goal for Bolduc after getting 2 points in the first period? At this point, Montreal was still battling. It looked like they were holding Utah only 8 shots on goal halfway through the game, essentially. But then Carrier dumps the puck out of the zone and it goes into the penalty box. That's going to be a delay of game. And unfortunately, on the ensuing power play, Barrett Hayton is going to crack the ice.
The penalty kill. Evans is there as well. Puck gets to the line, but not out. Now down low. In front, score!
2-1 for Montreal. Evans and Anderson needed to watch Hayton here. They needed to see that he was driving into the slot because it left Matheson watching two guys. Hayton gets into the slot, accepts a pass, and finds the back of the net. The very next play after the faceoff after the goal, Hudson, bad giveaway in front of the net. Is the prophecy coming true? Is Utah going to come back and Montreal going to have to come back to win this one? It certainly looked like it here when the puck narrowly missed going into the net, but doesn't go in. Then we see Cole Caulfield with a breakaway opportunity, but he's not able to find the solution for Vejmelka. And this is when things go from bad to worse.
To Gunther. Gunther, centering pass, scores!
Yamamoto makes it 2-2. Montreal continues to look like they've lost their touch completely out there, lost their pace, and they're unable to transition through zones. They allow the Mammoth to sew them inside their zone here. They're going through sustained defensive zone time and through some very sloppy play and inability to win one-on-one battles. They finally break down and leave one in. And I think about a minute later, it continues to get worse.
Coney in behind the goal, skates away from a defender, Veleno, as he tries to wrap around in front, scores!
Carconi making it 3-2. The comeback is complete. The prophecy that was foretold has been completed. Again, just very weak puck play here. Suddenly Veleno decides he doesn't want to win any one-on-one battles. As soon as it gets to the front of the net, he gives up completely, which is mind-boggling. He let his opponent get right in front of the net and just stopped aggressing against him. There's some rough stuff after the goal, and wouldn't you know it, somehow Utah winds up on the power play. So insult to injury here. St. Louis can't believe it, but it's happening, man. The prophecy is complete, St. Louis. Just accept it. Montreal does kill off that power play. Good thing, because I think Utah is one of the worst teams for power plays in the league. But then we see off a face-off attempt. Suzuki loses the face-off. Dobes needs to be very sharp here. Could have easily been 4-2 at this point. Next, we see Gallagher send Utah on a partial 3-on-1 when he turns over the puck. This is gross. Luckily, panic mode sets in. They all get back in time. Dobes does find the puck. It gets loose after Utah spears him a little bit, but they're able to cover up and stop the play. And that's going to do it for the second period. Ugly, super ugly period for the Montreal Canadiens. 3 goals within like 4 minutes. Big breakdown here by the Canadiens. I can't believe it. Like, I'm watching this with my face in my hands. It really felt like we were watching 2 versions of the Montreal Canadiens here. Like the stunt doubles got put onto the ice in the second period. So the third period starts. And again, it looks like we're seeing 2 different teams. Montreal's pace is picked up, and it looks like there's a lot more urgency in their play. But Utah gets a good opportunity in front of Dobes, who makes an incredible reaction save, and then continuing their momentum, Slav drives a play, draws a holding call from Yamamoto. This was excellent, and the Habs go back to the power play. You feel like they're going to capitalize on this power play because they do have some momentum, and they're showing that they're fighting back. And wouldn't you know it,
play is set up. Hudson plays over to Bolduc, back to Hudson, no shot. Now he lets it go, scores!
Power play goal for Juraj Slafkovsky. 3-3, draws the penalty and scores the power play goal. You love to see it. Tough angle shot as well. You love seeing Slav getting some points because it seems like the league just doesn't like giving him points. They'll ignore his tips. They'll ignore his goals. I think we're at like 2 goals that were called off now from Slav. So, but wait a second. Utah is calling a timeout here to look at, I don't know, maybe an offside. And this is the stuff that I hate. This is not in the spirit of the game. They're taking their time looking at the different angles. If the play was called a goal by the referees, it should be a goal. This coach's challenge slows down the game. This is not in the spirit of the game. Fans who are just new to the sport are confused when this happens. Yada, yada, yada. I've done this spiel a million times. I'm a fan of getting it right the first time because, of course, referees don't get it right every single time. So do your best to get it right. We're not going to review every single play. Look at how many penalties go uncalled every game. If we go down that road, we're going to be watching the backs of officials' heads for like 45 minutes a game. Let's get this out of here. And they call it back. It's a called back goal. You got to be kidding me. To me, it does look, in fact, like it was offside. The referees missed this. And yeah, it's a good coach's challenge, but I can't not hate these coaches' challenges, even if they go for the Canadiens. Get rid of them. So you're feeling pretty bad after that. You feel like they probably are discouraged that they just lost that goal. And you feel like the writing is kind of on the wall.
Now, Hudson, saucer pass in, Gallagher shot, big rebound off the bar, Suzuki scores!
Never mind. Suzuki scores, makes it 3-3. Utah really looks like they're kind of treading water at this point. They've lost their ability to keep pace with the Canadiens. I don't know whether or not they're tired, just not finding the stick right. It's just they look like they've been defeated. And if I needed to elaborate at all on that point, check out this goal by Ivan Demidov.
And we'll turn Utah back. Here's Demidov, takes this puck, shot, score!
What a whip. He throws it into the net like he's chucking rocks into a pond. Utah is falling apart here. This is a turnover by Utah, and they put them, their pants are completely around their ankles with this. Demidov is allowed to get in as far as he wants, finds the shot he likes, and puts it past Vimelka. But now Kapanen gets his stick up high in front of the net on Barrett Hayton. I really hope that Hayton survives this. It looks like he's super injured from getting touched in the face a little bit here. This is where I wouldn't mind embellishment calls. And then on the ensuing power play, Hayton gets his stick into Dobes here, takes him out of the play. No call on the play here. Dobes is, at this point, he's looking good. Montreal is not pouring on shots. Their shot percentage is insane. They've got like what at this point, 15 shots on goal? And I don't think they get a whole heck of a lot more. But for Utah, shots are coming quick and easy, and Dobes is having to look really sharp. And this save, at this point, Dobes is bailing them out, right?
Schmaltz is in, takes the shot, glove save from Dobes.
You got to hand it to Dobes at this point. I hope he's finding his confidence again because he looks decent out there. He's overcommitting on some of his saves, and certainly on the goals, it looks like he's trying to like panic into the shot, but he's really pulling it together at closer to the end of this third period. Montreal is looking like they can fight them off here, though. The defense is starting to defend. And with about 2 minutes left, Melka is now on the bench. 6-on-5 hockey, Montreal is battling. They've shortened their bench a little bit. We're not seeing a whole lot of Engstrom. We're not seeing a whole lot of Florian. And we're not seeing a whole lot of Davidson, who, by the way, I don't think he played that well this game. At least he was invisible to me. The only time I recognized him was when he was taking that penalty. There's a big scramble in front of the net. Dobes makes some beautiful saves. They're really battling. They're dumping the puck in, and it's going for icing, but seconds are ticking down, and it looks like if they keep this amount of urgency, they might just win the game. In regulation time, imagine that. But then, what in the name of God is this call?
Goal, and this is off the base of the post.
This is egregious. This is one of the worst calls. I keep saying this, but this is one of the worst calls I've ever seen by an official. It completely denies the fundamental aspects of the game. They called this an icing after hitting the post. It's egregious. I can't believe I'm sure that they're kicking themselves. They're human beings. Like it's a mistake, I guess. I don't know how you make this mistake, but it's a mistake. They're currently being lambasted online. Is that the right word? Lambasted? Yeah, that the clip is being shared everywhere. And to make matters worse, they add time to the clock after this fraudulent icing call. So Utah gets a little bit of a chance here. When they gain zone entry, they're not able to find anything much, and Montreal dumps it down once again. There is 3.8 seconds left on the clock. They have to win the faceoff, get it to the point, and shoot. They can't do it. Montreal hangs on, and they win. A hard-fought victory in the end. There's a lot that was not good with this game. But again, Montreal continues to show their resilience, their ability to fight back. And that was the secret sauce last season. So I'm glad that they still have that. Dobes couldn't give us a 2-goal game, but this could have also easily been a 5-goal game. Bolduc proved himself a little bit today. Suzuki continues his campaign, like he's just clicking along, looking great. I definitely wish that Engstrom would have shown a little bit more of his offensive flair or something. Like if he would have done something more significant, but I don't think the trust is there yet. Maybe that takes a little bit of time. So maybe we do see him for another game. I don't know. Anyway, hard-fought game, entertaining game, an edge-of-your-seat type game, and one of those games where Montreal fulfills the prophecy. They go up early by 2 goals. They allow their opponent to come back, and then they have to come back before going to overtime, except this time they didn't have to go to overtime, thankfully. Because it's 1:30 at night right now. I should get to editing. Thankfully, I've been editing kind of along with the game, so hopefully I get this video out pretty shortly for you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good night. Tomorrow could be a tough day. I hope I feel okay tomorrow. I've got the Christmas tree in the back there. I don't know if you noticed that, but we're trying to get our decorations up. And man, especially when you have 2 kids, it feels like you have no time anymore as an adult. You make excuses for yourself, right? Like when you get off work, you're like, oh, I just got off work. I can't really do anything productive right now. I'm just going to eat and kind of decompress. And next thing you know, like an hour and a half has gone by, and that's a lot of your night. And that's the way it do, man. That's the way it be. I wish there was no more time, but I'm thankful that I have this community and this hobby, and obviously the Montreal Canadiens to be at the top of my mind and, have fun with. This is just the community that I needed right now in my life. So again, I can't thank you enough for your support. That's going to do it for me, guys. You know what to do. Hit that like button. It helps me out with, I don't know, search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you as part of the community. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
Bonsoir.